Hi friends, I'm going to go over your camping booklet that is in your packet that you received, and if you haven't picked it up, you'll be picking it up soon. And you can see on the cover that the tent's here and the fire's ready. We talked about on Zoom what kind of things that you would need if you were going on a camping trip. So you'll see some of those in the booklet that I'm going to go over today. So on this page, you're going to trace the letters. So if you look at the pictures, it tells you what the words are right next to it. So you're just going to trace it, and I'm going to show you how to do campfire. So I'm going to start at the top, and I'm going to make my C, K, K, K. And then my A, I always start at the top with my letters. That's how we write our letters, top to bottom. And now my M. And I forgot to tell you that you'll need some kind of marker, or if you want to use a crayon, a color that's darker so that you can see it. A yellow wouldn't be the best color to use when you're tracing your letters. So I have C, A, M, P, F, I, R, E, and these are all lowercase letters, the smaller letters. When you're writing words, you would use lowercase. When you're writing someone's name, you would use capital. And then you're gonna do the same thing on this page. So at the top, you see an axe. So again, top to bottom, A, then X makes the word axe, and you would use an axe. Your parents or an adult would use an axe to chop down some wood. And then we have s'mores, which, oh, so yummy. I know a lot of you said you would like to bring that, maybe fish that you might catch, a tackle box that would have the supplies you need to catch a fish, and then marshmallows, a bucket, maybe to put some water in to clean some things, logs, maybe for a fire, and a lantern. And I have one right here as well that you would use to light maybe when you're having your dinner, maybe when you're telling some stories. And then here's some more. So you have a few pages of tracing letters, which is very good for your fingers, as well as helps you learn how to write words. When you start writing words, start writing stories. So this page has backpack, compass. Backpack might have some supplies in it. A compass would tell you which way you're going if you're hiking or leaving your site where you have your tents. Here's a flashlight, help you see, and a map to show you where you can go. Maybe there's some places around your campsite that you can visit. On this page, you're gonna trace the letters of the alphabet. So these are lowercase letters. So I'm just gonna show you, like we talked about on the other tracing pages. So A, B, and you can even sing the song as you're doing it. C, D, E, F. What comes next, friends? That's right, G. So then you could keep going all the way to Z. And you could color in your tent and your campfire at the bottom when you're done as well. And then on the next page, you have the capital letters or uppercase letters that you're gonna trace. So again, we start at the top for our A, B. You could play games with this too when you're done. You could say, Mom or Dad, can you say a sound, or can you ask me to find a letter? And you could point to the letter. For example, I could say, B, B, B. Please find the letter that says B, and then you would say B, B, like that. Or you could say, please find the letter E. Here it is. Play a little game with it. You don't have to just trace. You can also do other things as well. And at the bottom, there's the tackle box that you would need with your fishing pole to go and try to get a little fish. You might wash it in the little water bucket. And then you're gonna flip it over like a pancake, and now you're gonna trace numbers. So numbers help you count, numbers help you when you're adding numbers together or subtracting. So on this page, you're gonna trace the numbers. And it's fun to play games. At our house sometimes we write these numbers on like little index cards, and then we see which number is bigger or smaller. You could add the numbers together or subtract like we're going to do in a little bit. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're gonna count all the way up to number 20. And oh, there's those marshmallows you can roast by the fire if you're camping. On the next page, it's like a I Spy. So you're gonna spy different things that are camping related. So we have the fire, we have fish, a backpack, and a tent. So the way that you would do this is you would start at the top looking for the campfire, and you would go left to right. So let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And if you're already done with this page, you could use it to check your work to see if you have the right answers, or you could just correct the ones that if you missed one. Maybe you missed one of the little fish, and so you could go back and change your answer. That's perfectly okay. You're still learning how to do a lot of these things. So let's do the fish. Let's start at the top, left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 and 12. Oh, like I said, those games we could play. 12 is bigger than 11. You could do something like that with your, maybe a sibling or with a family member. You could talk about all the things you see, and then you're going to do the same thing for backpack and tent. You're going to look left to right, and you're going to count how many objects you see. On the next page, it's very similar. You're counting the objects. There's just different items in the picture. So you have the map, the s'mores, woohoo, some marshmallows again. You have your sleeping bag, compass, and backpack. I love how these are all things you would need if you were camping. So let's look at the maps. Let's start at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, that was the same number we had on the previous page for the campfires. So you're gonna do the same thing on this page, friends. You're gonna count how many you see on a little I Spy game that you can play. I'm gonna flip it over like a pancake. On this page, we're gonna do something different. So we're gonna add the items together to see how many we have in all. So let's look at this page. So I have 1 flashlight, and then I'm gonna add 4 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you would like to like circle it, or if you'd like to make a little smiley face for that one, you could do that to check your work. So it's 5 in all. The next one is 3 plus 4. Let's do this one together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm gonna make my smiley face so I know that this one is the correct answer. 7 all together. And you're gonna do the same thing for the maps. 3 plus 1 more, and 1 plus 5 more for the compasses. So this page is all about adding numbers together and adding your objects as well. On the next page, you're subtracting, so you're taking away. So if I'm taking away, that means it's not gonna be a very big number. Like 1, it's not gonna be 2. That would be if we're adding. If we're doing 1 plus 1 is 2. But if I have 1 and I take away 1, I have none left, so 0. So 0 would be my answer. I would circle my 0. On this page, it's not the same. It's the opposite of addition. So subtraction is taking away. So 2 take away 1 gives us 1 left over. And you're gonna do the same thing for the campsites and then the paddles. Subtracting. This is also good for you for the future, for the next school you go to, friends. Or if you're gonna be at Branch Academy, it'll be great for you to learn already how to do addition and subtraction. And then on this page, we're doing patterns, and we've talked about patterns a lot, using letters, using objects like Legos, or you could use things like at your house if you have rocks outside. And so on this one, I'm trying to figure out what goes in this box here. So I'm gonna look, I have the fire, fire, marshmallow, fire. Well, there's not a lantern in my picture, so I know that would not be right in this row. And there's not a map, so, let's see. A, B, A, B, A, and then marshmallow would be next. So I know marshmallow is correct. So I would cut out my square and I would paste it right there for the pattern, A, B. And this one looks like it's gonna be an A, B pattern too, because I only see 2 different things. So I have backpack, lantern, backpack, backpack, lantern. Backpack, lantern, lantern. So I'm gonna cut out my lantern and it's gonna go right there. The last one has 2 different things as well. So I know it's an A-B pattern. So if I have a map and a sleeping bag, a map and a sleeping bag. Oh, map. That's the last one I have as well. So I would just cut this one out and I would paste it right there. Great job, friends. I hope that you're checking your work and making sure you do your very best work. Such a fun little booklet for you to practice all these different things. The last page is trace the lines. So if you look, you're going to start at the dot and there's a little arrow going up. So you're just going to take your marker or crayon, whatever you're going to use, and you're just going to go like this. You're going to go down and then up, little swirl, down and up. And then if you look at the next one, this one's kind of like the zigzag. It's going to go up and down and up. And if you mess up, you can just go back. Whoop, see? Sometimes even teachers mess up. Down and then up. This one has, woo, little loopsies. That one's fun. And this one's going to go kind of like a snake. And it's going to take you from point A to point B to the lantern, point A to point B, which is the campsite, point A to point B, which is your tent, and point A to point B, which is your marshmallows. Which one would you want to go from one side to the other to? A lantern, a fire? Ooh, I think marshmallows is going to be the favorite there. But it would be fun to go on a camping trip. I hope you'll be able to go on one if you haven't been on one day. And you can always come back if you need to see a different page that you haven't started yet, or if you want to check your work, you can ask someone to also help you at home as well. Bye, friends.